might have no sense of humor, but you're a winner, baby.
Call me baby again. Hello and welcome to Enshrined. This is a fully voiced dark fantasy dating sim in which you are trying to obtain a legendary sword. The only problem is 3 other men are trying to do the same. And to activate the sword, you have to boink one of them. And today we are going for the awful sarcastic man, Niko. So, let's get started. What is your name? Yinny. What are your pronouns? She, her. Please select a background. Let's be a fallen this time. I feel like that's interesting. Look how gorgeous. Fallen are angels who have been forcibly freed of their celestial bonds in the heavens and banished by their divine masters with few exceptions. Most angels seen outside the heavens are fallen. Fallen often find work as mercenaries. Select this background? Yes. Your name is Yinny. Your pronouns are she, her, and your background is fallen. Is this correct? Yep. A strange man's voice roars behind me, bouncing off the marble walls of the temple. There are others with him, 3 or 4, maybe, but I don't dare to turn around to confirm. Just ahead of me, the sword of Sietri gleams invitingly on an altar at the end of the room. My prize is finally in sight. Once I get my hands on that sword, nothing will matter. It's more than one sword that I want to get my hands on. The sword of Sietri is an artifact that, until recently, was thought to be lost to all of creation. Its power is the stuff of legend, but that legend has been told and retold so many times over the years that no one is really certain what it does anymore. You see this rock right here? You see how this rock has a sword stuck in it and buried real deep inside? That's gonna be me. Except the sword is gonna be one of the guys. The one thing that remains consistent is, the sword has immense power, enough to radically alter the life and fortune of whoever wields it. I have my reasons for wanting it, but anyone in my position would be a fool to pass up the chance to obtain it. The air around me crackles with magic. A few steps more, another blow dodged, and I'm at the altar, my arm outstretched towards my prize. My heart races so hard I'm afraid it might burst. My pulse is a deafening roar in my ears. It's mine. I love how there's animations in this. My fingers curl tightly around the sword, but it's not solely my own doing. Why that sword when I want to curl tightly around all the other swords in my vicinity? A massive surge of energy sweeps through my body, warm and tingling, and my mind goes blank. There are bodies around me, strange hands pouring at me trying to wrench the sword from my grasp, but I don't know who they are. I feel the dull thud of weapons against my body, but it's a distant, hollow sensation. I can't even make out the faces of my attackers. Those details just don't seem important now.
Enough!
I open my mouth and a voice I don't recognize spills from my lips. A blast of magic erupts from the sword, knocking my 3 pursuers back onto the ground. My limbs feel like they're made of lead, and yet my body moves entirely on its own, flying through the air with a dizzying speed, and grace as it aims a sword at the 3 men.
Disrespectful insects. Bloodshed is forbidden in this hallowed place.
One of the men spits out a curse, but another simply shakes his head.
Take your loss with dignity.
Never. There's no such thing as a loss with dignity.
Your dignity is no concern of mine. Be silent. One of you may yet benefit.
Yeah, ideally this guy right here. Incredibly, the men comply. At least on the moment, none of them speak.
This one has taken possession of the sword of Sietri. But mere possession is not enough. 2 souls must join in body and spirit to activate its power.
Body and spirit?
Yeah, one of the men finally speaks, in a tone far too flippant for the situation at hand. I want to ask for clarification myself, but I can't even move my lips on my own accord. It feels like I'm somewhere far beyond my body.
It is just as I have stated.
The man laughs but says nothing further.
Only one being may join this one in sharing the sword's power. But know this, you have only until sunrise to complete the ritual. When the sun rises, the sword will lie dormant, and this temple will be lost to all for another 100 years.
Dude, we're gonna have to bang one of them.
Act quickly, insects. Time is running short.
The sticky haze coating my mind dissipates slowly. It feels like my brain is tingling from within.
This.
He's so pretty. He leaps at me, sword raised high. But when he brings the blade down on my shoulder, it bounces right off with a discordant clang. Bolts of green lightning leap from the sword in my hands, his body shuddering and spasming from the shock. He grunts in pain, only barely managing to keep a grip on the sword in his hand. I'll put a grip on the sword in his pants.
Give it up.
A beautiful blue-skinned man with white hair and cold eyes steps forward. Our eyes meet and I know right away he's fallen, just like me.
Oh, it was worth a shot.
His teeth are gritted, but he still manages a cat-like grin despite it all. There's a malevolent sort of amusement in his expression as he looks at the blade. I think he can't help but respect its power, despite his clear frustration.
I have come too far to lose to a human whelp and a fallen.
A third man steps forward. Massive and imposing. Yeah, he's massive, alright. What size bra do you wear? He towers over the others. I can tell by his pointed ears and strange attire that he must be Jindy, but I've never heard of them ranging out this far. I suppose the sword must have lured this man beyond their usual territory in the mountains.
That sword belongs in the hands of a king.
The angry man looks at me expectantly, as if he thinks I must surely agree. He strikes me as the sort of man who's used to getting his way. Often.
Guess we'll just go home then.
The cheeky man's jeering sarcasm feels especially grating in such a tense atmosphere. We're clearly not getting anywhere like this. But where do I even begin? I might be back in control of myself, but finding the words is taking considerable effort.
The time constraint that voice placed upon us means we have no way of unlocking the sword's power anywhere but here. This temple is far too remote, the journey too arduous. It can only be activated by one of the three of us.
Excuse me. Wow, look. I was... Dang! I finally managed to control my mouth enough to make a coherent sound. The three men all turn to look at me as one. Why should I need to control my mouth if they can control it for me? If you know what I mean.
Did you hear any of that? You didn't appear to be with us.
Yeah, I could hear everything, but I couldn't move. I could barely even think.
So, you heard the whole speech about one of us needing to f you?
Yep, the cheeky man cuts to the chase with all the subtlety of a rhino.
You know, to activate that thing?
When do I get to activate his thing? Right now. Is that actually what it meant? I decide to blame my voice cracking on losing control of my body. It's definitely not nerves.
Sex has great power in magic rituals. It is not so unusual.
It's strange to see another angel so blasé about sex, even if he is fallen. Most of our heavenly brethren are far more uptight about things like that. And then again, I guess it stands to reason that if I can be here, so can he. So, what about the rest of you? It's hard to even comprehend what's being said to me here, and so casually, too. I'm just gonna choose one of you to sleep with, and then...
What choice is there? You will lie with me and give the sword to its true owner.
The Jindy man's voice booms over the others, somehow taking up just as much space as his massive body. Now hold on a minute. I don't manage more than a few words before the cheeky man interrupts me.
Yeah? What's to stop me from killing both of you and taking it for myself?
The cheeky man points his sword at the others, but nobody actually seems concerned.
Did you not hear? Bloodshed is forbidden in this sacred place. But if you'd like to be electrocuted again, be my guest. Perhaps the punishment will be worse with each successive violation. Shall we find out?
What? And give you assholes the satisfaction? I'm good.
The cheeky man curls his arms behind his head, giving the rest of us a lazy grin.
So?
The angry man folds his arms over his barrel chest, and the other two look at me. Now you're interested in what I have to say. With so much whirling through my brain, I decide to say the simplest thing that comes to mind. At least tell me your names.
What good does my name do you?
Just so I know what to scream out later, you know, when we're bang-a-langin'. His nostrils flare, but he complies nonetheless.
I am King Dima Iltindi of Ares, and I am the only one worthy of that weapon.
You sure are worthy of your weapon. Down there.
Nikita, but everyone calls me Niko.
I love him.
But you can call me whatever you want if you give me that sword.
You may call me June.
He lowers his head in a small, graceful little bow. I'm Edie.
A pleasure.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, charmed, honored.
I love his eye roll expression.
I grow tired of your mouth, boy.
I don't. He puts it to good work.
Get on with it and make your choice. I can only stay my hand for so long.
Well, if you want to take a turn getting zapped, be my guest, bro. Big, dumb meathead like you probably won't even feel it. You should totally go for it.
Clever. But even if that worked on him,
Sorry.
It will not!
you will find me a bit harder to eliminate.
Oh, sure find you hard.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
This is getting old fast. Oh, shut up. All of you, shut up. All three of their heads snap towards me, and Niko gives me a rude grin.
What are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it, weather boy? Be quiet for half a second so I can tell you. I look at these three strange men assembled before me. The thought of being intimate with one of them is... appealing. Appealing. Look, the circumstances aren't great, but I've done far worse in my life for less reward. But even still, I can't make this decision lightly. The sword's power is life-altering. I can't just pick one of you at random. I need more information to make my decision, so I'm gonna ask you all some questions.
Oh, great. I'm an even better orator than I am a swordsman.
So your words are as dull as your blades.
Dima lets out a bold laugh.
Let us not waste any more time. Ask your questions and be done with it.
I look at the men standing before me and I decide to begin with... Niko. Your turn, Niko.
This'll be fun. Hit me.
I will. Why do you want the sword?
They say the sword can heal the sick. And my dear old dad's real sick. He spent his entire life in service to others. A downright saint, really. And what does he get for it but some f***ed-up plague? So I needed to fix him.
Selflessness? From you, an obvious lie.
It's honestly incredible the way your mouth just moves without any input from your little pea brain. You're a miracle of nature.
Oh, and you are an affront to the gods and men.
That's so sweet, Niko. Oh, Niko, that's so sweet that you want to help your father.
Yeah, that's me. Real stand-up guy. An angel, really. You know, without a halo. Just like you guys.
No god would ever take a vile wretch like you into his service.
A mercy, then, that he was born human.
A real f***ing shame is what it is.
I love him so much. What did you sacrifice to be here?
I left my sick dad at home to fend for himself. Poor guy's bedridden. Can't even wipe his own ass. Could be dead by now, for all I know.
Niko wipes away a tear, sniffling.
Didn't you come here to save his life? You don't sound very concerned about his death.
You would speak of your own father's death so flippantly? You truly have no respect.
Not all dads deserve respect. Being related to someone doesn't automatically make them worth your esteem.
Exactly. But my dad is absolutely worth it. Don't start getting all huffy just because I'm holding it together at this very moment. Man, you people and your assumptions. I'm here for the sword, same as the rest of you.
You are here for yourself.
Yeah, someone just gagged Niko.
Potato, potato.
What do you value most in life?
Doing the right thing.
What sort of nonsense is this? Doing the right thing?
That's quite a vague answer.
I'm sorry you people can't understand it. It's real black and white for a good guy like me.
So funny. He's right. It's just that simple. Niko's smirk has just a hint of warmth to it, as smug as ever, but this must be what gratitude looks like on him.
Exactly. Guess we are not as morally complex as you two. Doing what's right just comes easy to some of us.
If only the rest of us could be so enlightened.
Speak for yourself, Angel. I want nothing of his.
He's so arrogant. Jin's already cold expression somehow manages to get just a degree frostier at being addressed like this.
Noted, Jindy.
Guess that's everything for now.
Well, if you think of anything else, I'll be here. Waiting for that f***ing sword.
Wait, I'm waiting for your sword. I'm gonna tie up Niko. Yeah, can we do that? That'd be great. I would love to do that. Jin, your turn, Jin.
Yes.
What did you sacrifice to be here?
I have made the same sacrifices as the rest of you, namely risking life and limb. We have all gathered the same difficult-to-find reagents and endured the onerous ritual required to point the way to this temple. I did so without complaint. It is part of my service.
There's really only one way to get to this temple, and the things I had to do, we all had to do. And he talks about it so casually, like it was a leisurely stroll through the market and not a trial in and of itself. Is he just that much stronger than the rest of us? You're either very powerful or a liar. If you took the same path as the rest of us, you know very well how difficult it was to get here. The journey alone was one thing, but the ritual required to point the way to this place was an ordeal in itself. Anybody who can dismiss all that is either unbelievably powerful or a liar. June only gives me a mysterious smile.
Which of the two do you think I am?
Cheap tricks and sophistry. You are clearly powerful enough to be here, and hoping to convince us otherwise. I have my eyes on you, Snake.
I'm with him on this one. You're a powerful liar.
As unmoved.
And you?
I guess that remains to be seen.
Indeed.
Why do you want the sword?
I am here at my master's behest. He wishes to possess the sword for his own reasons.
Dima and Niko's reactions are both swift and intense.
Your master? You are asserting your claim to an artifact for a man who has not even the backbone to do it himself?
I'm not losing out to some rich lapdog.
Jin is unrattled. Perhaps he expected this.
That is what I said, yes.
We should be interviewing your master. It's so embarrassing. That's honestly so embarrassing that I don't know how it doesn't bother you to say it. You left your master in heaven to turn right around and attach yourself to another. Couldn't be me.
Imagine bleeding out on the stones of this temple in the name of some rich dickhead calling himself somebody's master. No thanks.
Yeah, Jun's features are soft and beautiful, but there's something harsh and threatening in his eyes.
Hard to imagine many people are lining up to take you into their service, Niko.
I am.
Still, I have given you my answer. If you have any other questions, ask them now.
What do you value most in life?
Competence.
Dima and Niko. Two men who seem to have no problem sharing their outsized reactions to things are surprisingly silent. Perhaps his answer was so unexpected that no one really seems to know what to say. That's it? Competence. Someone could be as evil as sin, but so as long as they're good at it, you're fine with that.
What good is competence without strength? Strength without honor? Honor without...
Honor without balls, balls without a cock, blah blah, we get it.
Oh, he's so funny. I love him. Oh my god. Jin is undeterred by Dima's dismissal, and Niko's jeering. He looks directly at me as he speaks.
Strength without competence is an untrained warrior. Honor without competence is an idealist waiting to be stabbed in the back. Without competence, none of those other things matter. In the end, it makes no difference to me if you agree. My values are my values.
Guess that's everything for now.
I await your decision.
Dima, you're up.
You will address me as King Dima. And I warn you, do not waste my time with foolish questions.
Answer the question.
What would you ask of me?
Why do you want the sword?
An artifact of such power belongs in the hands of one who would wield it properly.
And just what does that mean to you? How would you wield it properly?
With honor and strength.
Honor and strength.
He makes a vulgar gesture near his hip, vigorously stroking an invisible face in his fist.
Honor and strength ain't worth shit in this world.
Dima's anger is palpable as he turns on the smaller man.
I have already bade you hold your tongue, whelp. Be silent or I will silence you.
I remind you both that fighting is forbidden in this place.
Yeah.
King Dima, please, answer the question. Why do you want the sword?
I told you, it belongs in the hands of my people. I will see us restored to greatness.
We could fight horizontally, yeah. Battle of 1,000 swords? Greatness. That's it? People are struggling all over. Who cares about vague bullshit like greatness? Niko's smile is as smug as ever, but he seems sincerely amused for once.
Exactly. People are dying. You're telling me all you're worried about is some stupid shit like greatness? Give me a f***ing break.
I'll give you far more than that, insolent pup.
Again, violence is forbidden here. Save it for outside.
So are we fighting or flirting?
You can be certain I will.
Yeah.
What do you value most in life?
Strength and honor.
Why bother asking? I could have told you he'd say that.
Do you think it's some insult to predict the consistency of a king? My people must know my beliefs. A worthless layabout like you with no values to speak of changes his beliefs with the blowing of the breeze.
Oh, with the blowing of the me.
Yeah, and I don't have to answer for shit. It's great.
I'm with Niko. Why should you be beholden to anyone or anything but yourself? I left home for a reason. I serve no one but myself.
Exactly. No other way to live.
Disgraceful.
Jun says nothing. If he has an opinion on this, he's clearly not sharing it. What did you sacrifice to be here?
A Jindy king never leaves his people, not unless circumstance demands it, as in times of war or conquest. To leave my people in their time of need.
Things must be dire indeed if a sword of legend is your only option.
Demon narrows his eyes at Jun.
I will not discuss my people's plight with vultures, thieves, and betrayers. All you need to know is this. I cannot return to them empty-handed. I will not.
It's not really up to you. You know, I respect the conviction, but you're making an awful lot of assumptions. All of us have our reasons for being here.
Yes, and my reasons are the most worthy. A king does not meekly back down from his doom.
Back down loud and annoying, then.
All you need to do at the moment is respect the process.
Yeah, respect the f***ing process.
Such a little shit.
Do not lecture me about respect, whelp. You wouldn't know respect if it struck you in the face.
We do not have unlimited reserves of time. Put more simply, let us get on with it.
I guess that's all the questions I have for you now.
Hurry and conclude so I can take the sword and be done with it.
Thank you for answering my questions. I guess I should make my decision.
Wait.
What is it?
You have asked us your questions. You should allow us to ask you some in turn. Perhaps you will find our intentions or values align in places you hadn't expected.
Align in places you hadn't expected, as in your PP aligns with my, you know?
You seek to delay the inevitable.
No. I will accept any decision made. I only seek to give her as much information as possible.
Niko taps his fingers on his sword handle impatiently.
I mean, I don't see what difference it makes, but whatever. I'll do it.
I guess that's fair. Dima's nostrils flare.
One question, and then you will decide. I will not have any more of my time wasted.
One question each.
I will begin. You have asked each of us what we intend to do with the sword. I would know what it is you intend for it.
Me? Well, I never want to answer to anyone else again. Starting now, I'm in charge of my own life. What I choose to do with the sword after this has nothing to do with the rest of you. I'm only even answering these questions to give you guys one last chance to tell me something helpful. Dima looks angry, but maybe less angry than usual.
As king, it is my right to receive an answer from you.
No, it's not.
Sword or no, you will answer my questions when you are called to. But if your motivations are not for the ears of those two, then that is something I understand. You will simply tell me in private once you choose me.
Niko snorts.
What, the two commoner clowns don't deserve information? Real f***ing kingly of you, you royal dickness.
It is quintessentially kingly of him, in fact.
Alright, me next. Tell us your most embarrassing moment.
Dima and Jun both react at once, though Jun's response is predictably more subtle than Dima's.
You make a mockery of this process at every turn!
A fascinating choice.
What? It's just as stupid as your question. Might as well get some good entertainment out of this.
Well, there was this one time at the lake. I thought I was alone and I just settled in for a nice bath. Next thing I know, there's a fin coming towards me in the water. Meanwhile, an entire troop of mercenaries just happen to be running around the lake in hot pursuit of a target. Anyway, I learned a big lesson about scouting the area before you bathe.
Well, that was entertaining. Gonna enjoy that mental image for a while.
You are quite bold to share such information about yourself so freely.
Do not expect the rest of us to match your shamelessness.
I expect Niko to match my shamelessness.
Like anybody wants to hear your story anyway.
Niko does a rather unflattering impression of Dima.
One time I left my crown at home, and I had to keep telling everyone I was a king, and none of them believed me. Disgraceful!
Dima makes a fist so swift and hard his knuckles crack audibly.
There is little doubt of my position as king, boy. Continue to run your mouth, and I will remind you of your own worthlessness.
Yeah, when you kill me. Keep talking shit.
Don't, actually. Let's move on. What do you find most attractive in a prospective partner?
Are you trying to get a date, June?
Jun, as ever, is unbothered.
The sword can only be unlocked by connecting with another in body and spirit. It is a valid question to determine which of us is most appropriate.
Absolutely ridiculous. Comparing the three of us physically is a joke.
You know not everyone's into muscle-bound freaks, right?
Muscles are not the only factor in physicality, oaf. A king like me has a sensuality and power that goes far beyond my size.
Attraction is a subjective thing. Your muscles and height may be repulsive to some.
Yeah, every one of them is just jacked.
Just as your soft features and meek personality may be repulsive to others.
A funny guy like me is everyone's type, though.
The three of them turn to look at me and I suddenly feel put on the spot.
Well?
Nothing hotter than a good sense of humor. If you can make me laugh, then you're already on your way in. In my vagina. Niko curls his arms behind his head, wearing an expression that clearly says he believes he's about to be chosen.
Like I said, funny guy like me is everyone's type. If I can make him laugh, I can bet him.
By your foolish logic, a clown is more suitable for betting than a king.
I don't know about that. You're a clown and a king, and I can't imagine anyone willingly f***ing you.
I have betted more people than you've met in your entire life, mongrel. Do not project your failures onto me.
I'm doing just fine in the betting department, thanks.
Yes, the defensiveness on display here is truly the hallmark of two men who have no trouble betting others.
I don't think I can put this off any longer. I've asked them my questions and they've asked me theirs. I've gotten all the information I could possibly get in such a short amount of time. It's decision time. The man I've chosen to share the sword with is... Niko.
Him?
Jun's smile seems comically composed next to Dima's tangible rage.
Oh dear. It seems she has made up her mind.
Niko's grin is a new level of smug, even for him.
Don't wait up, losers! I've got a sword to power up.
He means the sword that we're holding and also his massive
Not even the angel? Him?
You two keep puzzling it out. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
He walks forward to join me and I lead him over to the altar. Yeah, we're gonna just in front of everybody. Just as I'm starting to wonder if we're gonna have to do this just on the altar, something catches my eye. A tile that bulges strangely. When I press it with my foot, a staircase appears at the base of the altar. I look at Niko and he follows me down the stairs without another word. The two of us descend the stairs, emerging into a room that seems almost as if it was just made for this particular purpose. Dima and Jun's voices fade into nothing behind us. Thank goodness, because this is awkward enough. I don't need to hear demons raging while we do this. I'm so excited. As the door to the staircase closes behind us, I let myself get a proper look at the room. Despite the lack of any visible windows or doors save the one behind us, shafts of light streaming from somewhere I can't place, illuminating the room with a gentle glow. That's a nice little moss bed. I don't see any real furniture, only stones covered in soft moss and flowers that suggest a crude sort of bed. The moss is pleasantly springy beneath my hand. I can imagine lying down is comfortable enough. There's a strange energy in this chamber, as though the simmering tension between Niko and I is originating from the room itself instead of the two of us. All in all, it's actually quite romantic.
Well, here we are.
Here we are, take your dick out.
Real pretty for a ritual chamber, ain't it?
Or at least it would be, if I were here with anyone else. It's nice, isn't it? Whoever built this place was very intentional and considerate. Ritual chambers are an afterthought for far too many people.
Boy, if I had a copper for every time I said that, I'd be a rich man. Speaking of ritual though, we should probably get on that.
Oh my god. Alright, bring out the ritual dagger. And by ritual dagger, I mean his peanuts.
Question is, now or later?
I know you want me. Don't play coy, Niko. I know you want me. It's cute that you're offering me a choice, but I know you're ready to go. Niko rolls his eyes, but he's grinning anyway.
Yeah, that's me. Walking around over here.
Cry?
I don't even care about the sword anymore. Banging a stranger in a dusty temple is the real prize.
You sound so insincere, Niko. I'd almost think you're not into this.
What, me? I'm the most sincere guy I know. You are fine, though. You're right about that.
Thank you. Thanks. I want your sword, Niko. Yeah, give it to me. Unsheath your sword out of its scabbard and not the one that's hanging from your waist.
I'm down for it if you are.
Important decision. I think if we right now, I think it's a red herring to a bad ending. I think if we wait and get to know him, he's gonna be like, oh damn, she really is serious. I really actually like her. So we're gonna wait. But if I'm wrong, at least we can come back. I was just kidding before. It's still too soon. I chose you for a reason, but there's no way we're gonna activate that sword if we haven't connected yet. Niko sighs. He looks and sounds bored.
Whatever. What's the plan then?
We should get to know each other a little more.
Ugh. Why do you really want to keep asking each other stupid questions? Didn't you get enough of that out there?
How else do you think we're supposed to get to know each other?
If we have to keep jawing at each other, then let's make it interesting and play a game. It's normally a drinking game, but I ran out of booze a few days before I got here. So, you're just gonna have to play a little differently.
Whatever it is, I'm in. Just tell me what I need to do. Niko raises an eyebrow.
That easy, huh? Alright then.
Was I supposed to put up a big fight? I went through so much to get here. Nothing you're going to suggest could possibly be worse. I'll do whatever we need to do. Niko doesn't say anything for once, but this cheeky expression is quite familiar to me by now.
Whatever we need to do. Better be careful talking like that. Anyway, whatever. It's less fun without alcohol, but we can still make this interesting. Alright, here's how it works. I tell you 2 true statements about myself and 1 lie. You have to guess which one's the lie. If you're wrong, normally you'd take a drink. Since we don't have any alcohol, we're gonna have to change the rules a little bit. If you fail to spot the lie, meaning you chose a fact, you have to take some clothes off.
Oh.
If you get caught in a lie, you have to tell a secret about yourself. The more embarrassing, the better, really.
Sounds like a win-win to me. Either we get to know each other better emotionally, or we get to know each other better physically. Though honestly, I don't know how much deterrent being naked is gonna be, but hey, I'll take it. Just like how I'll take him later. Niko laughs, giving me a grin that makes my body heat up pleasantly.
Who said it's a deterrent? Just helping us get to where we need to go.
Same stakes for you, right?
Sure, but I'm never wrong.
He looks around the room for a few moments before his gaze settles on the crude bed fashioned from moss and flowers in the center of the room.
Guess we can do it there.
He walks over to sit down, and I follow after him. He takes a seat, cross-legged on the greenery, placing his palms on his knees.
Alright, so since I'm such a generous guy, I'm gonna give you an easy example before we start playing for real. I was once named World's Dumbest Man. I have a cock so big, it's been described as monstrous and terrifying.
I see it?
I can tie not one, but 2 knots in a cherry stem using only my tongue. All right, which one's a lie?
A monster. Oh my god. I hope he has the monster cock. World's dumbest man. It's the world's dumbest man one, of course.
Great, you've got your first easy one. If this was the real thing, then I'd have to tell you a secret.
Wow, so he has a monster cock. I want to see it.
But it's not, so you get nothing.
He grins.
Don't get comfortable. They're not gonna be that easy after this.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, here we go. I'll go first. I've never broken a bone before. I've got a collection of human bones at home. I killed a man with his own leg bone. Which one's the lie?
He has a collection of bones? I feel like it's like you've never broken a bone before. You got a collection of human bones.
Wow, you don't think I'm the kind of weirdo who collects human bones? I could tell you human bone collections are totally normal for human kids growing up, and you'd have to believe me.
Would I? I gave Niko an unimpressed look and he gives me the same look back.
Are you gonna make me explain why this is funny to you? I heard Fallen were uptight, but I thought it was just about sex. Didn't know you left your sense of humor up there in heaven.
Oh, it came with me and it's working fine. You're just not funny. And before you start getting all huffy with me, I need to know if I won or not. Niko rolls his eyes, but he seems to move past his annoyance quickly enough.
Yeah, whatever. You might have no sense of humor, but you're a winner, baby.
Call me baby again. Hell yeah. Niko shakes his head, but he grins a little.
Alright, that's one. Don't get too proud of yourself.
And stop stalling and tell me something good.
Yeah. Let me see.
He thinks for a moment, placing a hand on his chin thoughtfully. Yeah, so what's he taking off? He thinks for a moment, placing a hand on his chin thoughtfully.
Once, when I was younger and had less of a handle on my magic, a buddy of mine asked me to cast an engorgement charm on his So I did. And for about 10 minutes, it was the funniest thing I ever did. And then it kept going. And that was hilarious too, really. An hour later, the guy can't leave the tavern because his dong is too heavy to walk. Another hour, and the tavern's gone. There's only this guy's literal monster Long story short, he died. And I can't show my face in that town anymore.
What the fuck? I frown. The story sounds unbelievable, quite frankly. But then again, doesn't everything this man say sound unbelievable? It could be because his life is unbelievable. Or it could be a complete fucking liar who can't tell the truth to save his life. Maybe I'll just deal with this later. That's hilarious. What a way to go.
I know, right? His family should be proud. His legend will be told at stag parties for the rest of time. Can't ask for a better legacy than that.
We should all be so lucky. Niko folds his arms over his chest and it makes his pecs bulge distractingly. It's a little unfair, honestly. What the fuck? I want to see.
Alright, your go.
Okay, bulge your pecs again. I take a moment to consider my options. We are supposed to be getting to know each other, it's true, but Niko really has been sort of all over the place tonight. Am I opening myself up for trouble if I'm honest and he isn't? Then again, if we're both lying to each other, doesn't that hurt our ability to bond? Is there room for pride in this assessment? I don't want to be the only one bearing my soul here, but is it over before it even starts if I'm not honest? No, why should I be the only one bearing my darkest secrets if he's not going to do the same in return? Knowledge is power after all. I'm never going to see him again after tonight, so surely there's no harm in just playing to win, right?
Hello? You getting cold feet already? Sand in the hourglass is getting real low.
Sorry, just wondering which facts to use. Here we go. Play the game. I drank a satyr under the table. I defeated a hag at chess. I won a staring contest with a basilisk. Niko closes his eyes, considering for a moment.
Satyrs have a high alcohol tolerance, but then again, maybe so do you. Hags are smart, but still fallible. Hell, maybe you cheated. Either way, possible. Maybe you had a talisman or something for the basilisk. But not turning to stone requires some powerful magic. So I'm gonna say the basilisk.
You're right. It was a basilisk.
Of course I'm right. You know what that means. Story time.
Yeah.
Go on, cough up a secret.
I exhale, taking a mental inventory of the things I could offer up to him. Tell him an embarrassing story. Well, look, you wanted something embarrassing, so... When I was still up in heaven, I served a very vain god. He had this magic hand mirror that he was always gazing at himself in. Some treasure he'd be given as a tribute from a mortal. He claimed there was something special about it, that it showed one's true beauty or something like that. But one time, he was gazing at himself in it and I finally managed to come up behind him and see what I could see. It was just a normal mirror. I could see him and myself in it, and both of us looked the same as we always do. I couldn't help myself. All I said was, "That's it." I didn't even get a chance to explain myself, but he knew what I was getting at, because his reaction was immediate. I had to compose an ode to his beauty and read it first thing in the morning in front of my peers every day for 6 months. It was extremely embarrassing. No one could get their task done before I finished, and it took an hour to recite. Niko grins at me.
Ooh, bet everyone hated you for those 6 months.
They certainly hated me for that 1 hour every day. Niko laughs. He seems to really enjoy the idea of everyone in heaven being so annoyed with me.
I don't know if that's embarrassing as much as it is hilarious, but alright. Good enough. Alright. My turn.
Niko drums his fingers on his thighs as he thinks. The sound it produces is surprisingly loud.
I like whittling. I make a lot of birds. I can imitate 20 different bird calls. I once escaped a roc's nest with the help of an eagle I befriended.
Ooh, this one is difficult. Which one would it be? Whittling? He might whittle. You never know. He seems like the type to know how to do bird calls with deception and stuff. I'm gonna say the whittling might be the lie. It has to be the whittling. You don't seem all that artistic to me. Niko's devilish grin tells me I fell right into his trap.
Look at you, judging a book by its cover. And now that shit slams shut on your fingers.
Damn it.
I am a hell of a whittler, actually. I used to whittle for my...
Niko seems to think better of what he was about to say, judging by the look on his face.
You know, the kids in my village.
What were you about to say?
Nothing. I said exactly what I meant to say. Anyway, you lose.
His tone leaves no room for argument. Whatever it was, it must be a touchy subject. Oh boy.
Time for you to get naked.
Damn it. Hey! Also, that line was so distracting. If I thought Niko was smug before, this is a new level. His gaze evaluates me with a heat and penetration that frankly makes me feel like I'm not wearing anything already. I consider where to start. As fun as it might be to get right to the point by taking my top or bottoms off, I need to take it slowly. I just need to stay focused on getting to know Niko, and I need him to focus too, since this is just the first one. It might be a little bit of a cop-out, but screw it. I'll start with my accessories. I remove a few of my accessories: gloves, boots, weapons. Niko unsurprisingly rolls his eyes, but I ignore him as I work.
Seriously? That's pussy shit.
Consider a motivation to up your game and make sure you get to see what you want to see.
Uh-huh. Whatever. Your turn again.
Play the game. Offer him only lies. That seems so risky. No, we'll play the game properly. I traded a 10-leaf clover to a leprechaun for a pot of gold. I drank tea made from a flower that blooms once in a millennia. I ate a meal prepared entirely by mice dressed in human clothing. Niko squints into the distance, considering my statements carefully.
Leprechauns don't give up their gold easily, but a 10-leaf clover sounds fake. The flower tea, mundane, had crazier shit. The mice, nothing a witch couldn't make happen with little effort. Or a druid. But druids would never dress the little in human clothing. Definitely the 10-leaf clover.
Wow, you really did see right through me. It wasn't a complete lie about the clover, though. It was only a 7-leaf clover.
You should have stopped there. 7's a powerful number in magic, but 10? That's just obscene.
I guess so. Alright, a juicy secret. Let me see. Tell him an embarrassing story. Gods, let me think. Growing up in heaven, I didn't have many opportunities to learn of the world below before I was cast out. I read as much as I could, of course, but my duties and my divine lord didn't leave much time for leisure reading. Still, once I was sent to the world below to retrieve something, my lord was quite fond of a human delicacy.
Oh yeah? Never imagined the gods in heaven were into human shit.
You'd be surprised by how into it some of them are. Some of them are downright obsessed.
Heaven must be boring as shit. But go on.
I was tasked with finding Maiden's Desire, a chocolate treat in the shape of a pair of lips. Unfortunately for me, it turns out there is a poisonous plant by the same name.
Well, I can guess where this is going.
If your guess is that I brought a flower back whose pollen sent the entire household into a lust-driven frenzy for the next 24 hours, you are correct.
But what the f***? It's a mild aphrodisiac at best.
For humans, maybe. Angel physiology is different.
I thought you were just gonna get in trouble. Damn. You started a 24-hour fest?
My master was uninfected, but he was so entertained by our passion that he let the rest of us just go at it until the pollen worked its way out of our system. Niko folds his arms over his chest, closing his eyes as he seems to picture it all.
I question how embarrassing this one is, but a 24-hour angel orgy is pretty juicy. I'll take it. Then that means... Alright, last go, each of us. We aren't bonded in spirit after all this secret swapping and shit we ain't meant to be. I once saved a kitten from a burning tree. I have a star-shaped scar on my ass. I can speak 4 languages.
His statements are getting shorter. Is he running out of steam? Is he being more truthful if that's the case? I think the 4 languages because he would absolutely save a kitten. I want to see the scar though. It's a 4 languages one. I can't imagine he's sitting down to study other languages, at least not that many. Niko's lips curl into a cruel sneer.
Oh, no? Well, you're right, but you're still wrong. I actually speak 5. I speak Demonic, Draconic, Elven, and Orcish. And Common, of course. Pretty necessary for a guy like me who's on the move. And for studying magic.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Somehow I won, but it feels like I've lost.
Yeah, well, whatever. You won, so here we go. Guess I owe you a secret then, don't I?
Take it off. Seems you do. Niko opens and closes his hand idly a few times, maneuvering a small magical flame between his fingers as he thinks.
I didn't come to magic like most people do. When I was a kid, I found a book half buried in the woods with some wild shit in it. Spells to raise the dead, f your enemies, shit like that. I took it home with me, and one time my dad and I had an argument over dinner. I busted the book out and blasted him with a spell in there. It was stupid. I had no idea what I was doing, but I nailed his pinky finger. It fell off and turned into a worm. It just wriggled on his plate until he smashed it. I never ate noodles again after that. And he lost his pinky, so hey, I guess we're even.
Wow, that's dark. Niko, for all his previous posturing, seems to have a contentious enough relationship with his dad that he comes up often. He's lying to me for sure about his intentions with the sword, but gods only know how extensive his lies are.
Name of the game, baby.
Guess so. I guess it's my turn then. Alright. Since I once journeyed to the Elven people's most sacred place, I'll give you a theme. I got away with stealing a pomegranate from the Elven Lord of the Harvest. I spanked the Elven Lady of Pain with her own paddle. I made the Elven God of Sorrow laugh until he cried happy tears and then sad ones. Niko taps his fingers against his thigh, considering each one.
Of all those elven gods, the Lady of Pain is the easiest to deal with. All those gods are so uptight. The Lord of the Harvest drinks like a fish, so you could probably have taken his shit without him noticing. Guessing this was a party or something if you met more than one. The Elven God of Sorrow is literally a sentient bummer, and you might be a little funny or whatever, but can't imagine you'd make him laugh that hard. Then again, you probably want me to think that. So I'm gonna go with the Lady of Pain. Sounds too believable.
How did you suss out all that? I did sneak into one of their parties and the Lord of Harvest was drunk. You're right, it wasn't the Lady of Pain's paddle. I did spank her though. She asked to feel the sting of a mortal's palm and I had to oblige.
Was she impressed?
She was so into it that she gave me a blessing. Once every 24 hours I can turn something painful into a pleasurable sensation. And before you ask for a demonstration, I already used it on the way in. Niko laughs, loud and sincerely amused.
Too bad. That would have been fun to see. But hey, you owe me a secret now instead. And that shit doesn't count. Let's hear it. One more secret.
Alright, one more for you. Once I was fresh off a job that had me going deep underground into some really dangerous territory. All kinds of poisonous wildlife horrors you wouldn't believe. Anyway, I made it to town, took a bath, and went down to the tavern for a drink. As I'm sitting there at the tavern drinking, I see the most gorgeous fallen man I've ever laid eyes on. And trust me, as one myself, I've seen more beautiful angels in heaven than you can count. This guy blew them all away. Anyway, I'm looking at him all night, and he keeps looking over at me. And finally he strolls over to me, standing by my stool. There it is, I think. He's gonna tell me he's noticed me too and we could get out of here.
In your dreams, right?
Yeah, he told me there was some kind of glowing, wriggling worm in my hood. A fun, bioluminescent parasite that crawls into your ears, settles into your brain and takes you over. I threw my cape off onto the ground and some drunken idiot ambled over to pick it up. I tried to warn him to drop it, but it was too late. Everyone was screaming, parasites were going everywhere. I haven't been back to the tavern ever since.
You gave a bunch of people glowing brain parasites, but you're embarrassed that guy wasn't coming over to ask you out?
It's all embarrassing.
Me, personally, I wouldn't be embarrassed by any of it, but hey, real cute that that's the shit that bothers you.
Never, you asked for a secret and I gave it to you. My job's done. Same, me too.
Guess so. Well, we're 3 rounds in. Our souls are about as connected as they're gonna get, I guess.
Time to bang! Niko stands and I feel compelled to join him so we're on the same level. Something in his demeanor feels off. I mean, it's probably fine, right? We learned a lot of things about each other. That's a sort of connection, isn't it? Niko's gaze is cold. The nearly ubiquitous smug grin is nowhere to be seen.
Don't get confused. You don't know shit about me.
Well, what the f do you want me to do, Niko? I played your stupid game. I tried to ask you questions about yourself. I tried, goddammit.
Trying is worthless if you fail in the end.
I'm so frustrated I could scream. What did we do all this for? I spent all this time with him here trying to do things his way, and for what? Should I have chosen someone else? I wish I never chose you.
Say that shit again.
That sounded kinda hot. The tension between us is becoming overwhelming. It's stifling. I wish I never chose you. He moves suddenly, faster than I can even react. My first thought is surprise that the sword didn't stop him, but as my back hits the wall, I suddenly understand. He's not attacking me, as his... Whoa! Hey, yo! As his lips find mine in a crushing kiss, the sword lies forgotten some distance away from us as we set to taking out all our frustrations on each other. It's an intense, messy, angry affair. I can feel and see bruises blooming all along our bodies even in the moment. Wow, we are just hate-f***ing. I had a goal when I came into this damn place. And now all of that is behind me. All the fury I feel at knowing the sword is beginning to move out of my reach is channeled into our joining. When we finally part, panting and no less angry, I don't feel any different, but Niko doesn't speak to me after. I call out to him to stay to see if we can work things out, but he's so impossibly cold. I try to follow him out into the room where the sword had been, but he's gone so quickly somehow. Worse still, Jun and Dima seem to have left. I thought perhaps they'd stick around to see what happened with the sword. I thought there'd still be a chance. I sink to my knees, despair overtaking me. To be so close to the sword and to lose it now. I feel the world is growing dark around me. Did I get a bad ending? My vision tunnels. I feel lightheaded. Everything is blanketed in darkness and all I can do is succumb. When I wake sometime later, I'm stunned to find myself back outside lying in the grass and staring up at a canopy of trees. It's almost as if the entire temple has vanished out from under me. Alright, so we're gonna do it again and we're just gonna lie our ass off next time. But I don't really care about the logistics of how I got here, or offer truths only. All I know is I'm alone and exhausted. I pinned all my hopes on getting the sword and now I failed. Having some trouble figuring out Niko? Would you like a little hint? Yes. Niko thinks he's got everyone all figured out. That must get a little boring. He might like you better if you don't actually bare your soul to him. Does that help? But yeah, I guess we'll just lie to him. He doesn't want us to bare our soul to him. We got this. World's dumbest man is false. And collection of bones is false.
I can tell you human bone collections are totally normal for human kids growing up, and you'd have to believe me.
Oh no, they were normal for Fallen too. My favorite childhood toy was a xylophone made of human bones. They'd been enchanted to scream when you struck them. It really was something. Niko laughs, grinning wickedly. Okay, we're off to a good start.
A xylophone? They ain't got no human gut harps up in heaven?
Those are for adults. Kids got the screaming xylophones.
Oh right, my bad. Gotta start them off simple.
Anyway, quit stalling and tell me if I'm right.
Yeah, alright. You on this one.
Hell yeah. Niko shakes his head, but he grins a little.
Alright, that's one. Don't get too proud of yourself. Alright, your
And then
go.
it's our turn. I take a moment to consider my options. We are supposed to be getting to know each other, it's true, but Niko really has been sort of all over the place tonight. Am I opening myself up for trouble if I'm honest and he isn't? Then again, if we're both lying to each other, doesn't that hurt our ability to bond? Is there room for pride in this assessment? I don't want to be the only one bearing my soul here, but is it over before it even starts if I'm not honest? No, why should I be the only one bearing my darkest secrets if he's not going to do the same in return? Knowledge is power after all. I'm never going to see him again after tonight, so surely there's no harm in just playing to win, right?
Hello? You getting cold feet already? Sand in the hourglass is getting real low.
Sorry, just wondering which facts to use. Here we go. This is what we're gonna do. We're only going to lie to him. I kept a slime as a pet until it ate 3 people. I spat in the eye of a cyclops and it thanked me. I was bitten by a werewolf and beat lycanthropy. Lycanthropy? Niko narrows his eyes, thinking. Does he suspect anything? Do they all sound like tall tales to him?
Gonna have to go with you beat lycanthropy, because who does that? You can't will yourself to stop being a werewolf. You need strong magic to fix it. Which, if you had access to that, you probably wouldn't be here.
Alright, you got me. Niko looks at me for a moment, an evaluating sort of expression. He grins, but there's a hint of danger somewhere in there.
Yeah, of course I did. Told you weren't getting anything past me.
He definitely sounds like he's onto me, but he doesn't say anything to that effect. I'm certainly not going to bring it up if he's not. He's fallen into my trap, if I can even call it that. The only person in danger here is myself. I'll have to tell him a story.
Go on, cough up a secret.
I exhale, taking a mental inventory of the things I could offer up to him. Lie to him. Alright, you want something juicy? How about this? It's not so much embarrassing as it is upsetting. The reason I need the sword is to free myself from service to a Fae Queen. It was cute at first, being promised riches and power and all that, but I didn't realize just how rough it was going to be being tied to her for the rest of my life. Niko's grin takes on a cruel sort of glint.
Oh yeah? What's her name?
Oh, he absolutely sees through our bullshit. He knows we're lying. Uh-oh, I hadn't thought that far ahead. Queena?
Queena? You sold your soul to a Fae Queen named Queena?
It's spelled differently than you think it is. Just speaking her name terrifies me. Don't keep saying it, please. Queena is so bad.
Oh yeah? Sorry, Queena. Your name is just so fun to say. I thought I'd say it a few more times. Queena, Queena, Queena.
Please stop! I can't tell if he believes me or not, but thankfully he moves on.
Well, that's embarrassing, all right. Good enough. All right. My turn.
Niko drums his fingers on his thighs as he thinks. The sound it produces is surprisingly loud.
I like whittling. I make a lot of birds. I can imitate 20 different bird calls. I once escaped a roc's nest with the help of an eagle I befriended.
I'm gonna say the roc's nest. Come on, it's obviously the roc's nest. Rocks are rare enough to begin with, let alone surviving an attack from one. But then you're gonna convince me a prickly guy like you befriended an eagle? Please. I thought someone as smooth as you would be better at this. Niko laughs. Something about seeing me annoyed seems to entertain him.
Just seeing if you were awake. You got me.
Niko considers his options in silence for a few moments. It's funny seeing him look so contemplative.
All right. My mom died when I was a kid. I was too young to remember it. Or her, really. But it f***ed my dad up. He used to spend hours just staring at old letters of hers. Drawings, all that. So I had the bright idea to hide them. So he couldn't keep wallowing in misery. One day I snuck into his room while the old man was out and grabbed the letters. It turns out they weren't letters from my mom.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they were letters from all the women he f***ed while he was still married to my mom.
Oh no. It's shocking to hear this from the man Niko journeyed all the way here to save. I wonder if it's affected their relationship at all.
So I took those letters and scattered them all over the village. Dad was real f***ing pissed about that.
That's a little dark, I suppose, but you said these should be embarrassing.
Oh, just you wait. Next day, Father Zale shows up, talking about how I dishonored my father and our Lord and Savior Elon by spreading these chronicles of sin. Got my ass beat in the village square, and my dad cried the whole time. Embarrassing for everyone involved.
He smiles, but it's definitely a bit heavier than usual. Something is obviously off here. The whole thing is so strange. The story he shared about his dad sounds more truthful than anything else he shared about him today. But then why lie about that? If he just wanted me to pity him, then why bother to be honest now? It's a little insulting that he doesn't seem to think I notice any discrepancies in his stories about his father. But calling him out on it now feels like it won't get me anywhere, so I'll just sit on that for now. That does sound embarrassing. Maybe a little traumatizing too.
Traumatizing? What's traumatizing about having your ass beat in front of everyone you know? It's totally normal for the entire village to whisper about your private business.
Wasn't that all of our experiences growing up?
Exactly.
There's an undercurrent of tension here. But Niko does seem grateful in his way that I'm not digging into this further. Well, that was definitely a dark and juicy secret.
You're goddamn right it was. Your turn again.
Offer him only lies. I'm a descendant of royalty. I've never learned how to read. I have an allergy to minotaur fur. Niko considers these statements for a few moments.
Well, anyone can be a descendant of royalty if you go back far enough. Kings are whores. Probably the reading, or minotaur fur. Don't think I saw you read anything here, but the minotaur fur is so specific. Guess it's gotta be the reading bit.
You got me. Alright, a juicy secret. Let me see. Lie to him. Once I was in a temple not unlike this one, I suppose chasing down a magical item. Some mirror that shows you the surface thoughts of people it catches in its reflection. A powerful item to be sure, but also a bit limited in its use.
Right.
Anyway, I walked up to the altar and carefully swapped it out with something of equal weight.
Like you do.
I picked up the mirror and looked at myself in it, and I saw... Niko leans forward just a bit, interested. My own ass.
You were thinking about your own ass.
No, see, there was a spirit in the chamber unbeknownst to me, hovering somewhere behind me. Niko frowns, settling back in place.
So, some spirit was staring at your ass, and you found out from the mirror?
I nod. Niko seems less than convinced.
And that was embarrassing, huh?
Very. Niko folds his arm across his chest. His fingers tapping one after the other against his bicep in a show of impatience. Or was it tension?
Well, that was definitely a story. You've really seen some wild shit, huh?
Sure have. He holds my gaze for a painfully long time. I've been taken in by his gorgeous brown eyes, but there's something searing in them that makes me feel like he can see into my soul. Is that really something he can do? Is he reading my mind? I don't feel anything. Maybe I really would be better off focusing on how hot he is if that's the case. He is very hot. Thankfully, he seems to shake off whatever it is he's thinking after a few moments.
Alright, last go, each of us. If we aren't bonded in spirit after all this secret swapping and shit, we ain't meant to be. I once saved a kitten from a burning tree. I have a star-shaped scar on my ass. I can speak 4 languages.
It's a 4 languages one. I can't imagine he's sitting down to study other languages, but at least not that many. Niko's lips curl into a cruel sneer.
Oh, no? Well, you're right, but you're still wrong. I actually speak 5. I speak Demonic, Draconic, Elven, and Orcish. And Common, of course. Pretty fucking necessary for a guy like me who's on the move. And for studying magic.
I guess that makes sense. Somehow I won, but it still feels like I lost.
Yeah, well, whatever. You won, so here we go.
Something in Niko's expression seems to be a bit colder.
You're doing so well. Just one loss after another for me.
He seems really pissed, guys. I am, aren't I? He definitely seems skeptical. But there's no real confrontation here, and I'm not about to push that myself. He looks really bad. It feels weird, but we're still connecting, aren't we? I want to hear more about him, and this is a way to do it.
Guess I owe you a secret then, don't I?
Seems you do. Niko opens and closes his hand idly a few times, maneuvering a small magical flame between his fingers as he thinks.
I didn't come to magic like most people do. When I was a kid, I found a book half buried in the woods with some wild shit in it.
He looks really hot when he's mad.
Spells to raise the dead, your enemies, shit like that. I took it home with me, and one time my dad and I had an argument over dinner. I busted the book out and blasted him with a spell in there. It was stupid. I had no idea what I was doing, but I nailed his pinky finger. It fell off and turned into a worm. Just wriggled on his plate until he smashed it. I never ate noodles again after that. And he lost his pinky, so hey, I guess we're even.
Wow, that's dark. Niko, for all his previous posturing, seems to have a contentious enough relationship with his dad that he comes up often. He's lying to me, for sure, about his intentions with the sword, but gods only know how extensive his lies are.
Name of the game, baby.
Guess so. Guess it's my turn then. Oh no. I will not stop until I get a good ending with this man. Offer him only lies. I rode upstream on the back of a giant salmon. I wrestled a bear cub in front of his mom and lived. I brought a mermaid to tears with my singing. Niko considers all of this, one hand drumming his fingertips on his thigh.
Yeah, mermaids ain't all that hard to impress. Salmon can be wrangled, but there's better ways of traveling. Mama bears are a bad time, but you could have had a potion or a spell to speak to her and let her know it was gonna be alright. Salmon's probably the kind of boring trick. Gonna go with the giant salmon then.
Oh man, you got me. Niko looks bored.
Time for a secret then.
Yes, of course.
Let's hear it. One more secret.
Alright, one more for you. Lie to him. So I was on a quest at a witch's behest once, and she needed a flame from the temple of the Orcish god of wisdom, Thrakman's Guidance. What the heck is Thrakman's Guidance? The temple was in the middle of an orc village. Everyone was so friendly and sweet. Just take what you need, they said. I couldn't believe it could be so easy.
Let me guess. Not that easy.
No, apparently not. Yep. I captured some of the flame from the torch that burns there at the altar, but as I was closing my lantern, I accidentally knocked the torch to the floor. Well, no big deal, right? The flame never goes out. I thought I'd just put it back on the altar, but I somehow managed to knock the altar over. Next thing I know, the entire temple's on fire.
Orcish architecture is notoriously hard to destroy. You must be legendarily clumsy.
Or maybe I'm just lying. Oh yeah, totally. At least I was that day. I got chased out of town, and as I turned to look over the hill, the whole temple had gone up in flames. I felt so bad.
I just bet you did.
Niko doesn't sound at all impressed, or like he believes me. I did.
Can't believe I'm here with a stone-cold arsonist.
I reform now. I promise. I may bring the heat, but I won't be setting any fires. Niko laughs. There's real amusement in the sound, but somehow I get the strange feeling I'm still in trouble. He knows. He absolutely knows.
Congratulations. You just embarrassed yourself more than anything you ever did in that story. Well, we're 3 rounds in. Our souls are about as connected as they're gonna get, I guess.
Niko stands, and I feel compelled to join him so we're on the same level. Something in his demeanor feels off. Oh, god damn it.
Weren't you the one who wanted us to talk and get to know each other?
Oh, he's so mad.
Is there a reason you've been serving me up bullshit stories all night?
Bullshit stories, what do you mean?
Don't try to act cute now. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, so you think I'm cute? Oh, he's so bad.
You think I'm an idiot? I've been on my own since I was a teenager. I've traveled all over the map and talked my way in and out of shit you could never imagine.
What about your dad?
I know how to read people. And you lie like a frog.
Yeah, I'll show you how I lie like a frog. Spreads legs.
You're not even good at it. It's like you're just trying to see what you can get away with.
Me? Who the hell are you to call anyone a liar? Every word that comes out of your mouth is suspect. What the hell was that story about your sick father? Or any of the other stories you told tonight? You're all over the place. Niko's eyes narrow. There's something dangerous in his gaze.
You can't prove shit. And don't change the subject.
Okay, baby girl, I'm sorry. Can we please stop arguing? Push him! I can't take him so close to me. I place a hand on his chest and shove him away roughly, but he barely moves. He wasn't all that big standing next to Dima out there, but suddenly he seems as immovable as a cement wall.
You're real tough with that sword protecting you.
That expression is doing things to me. That expression is driving me insane.
Count yourself lucky I can't slit your throat and take that sword from you.
Oh yeah, I'm real lucky. You think because I need you for this sword that gives you some kind of power over me? There were 2 other men out there. I can always go back and find one. Niko steps closer. Far too close. The air between us is practically vibrating with tension.
If you wanted to one of those 2, you would have.
Guys, I think I need a water break. Wow. He's so mad. Let's just sword fight. I have a scabbard that you can sheath into. He's so hot.
Unfortunately for you, that small shred of taste you have led you to me. So now we're here. Me and you. 2 liars who can't be honest when their actual lives depend on it.
I'm not like you. I'm just doing what I need to do.
You think I'm this way because I enjoy it? My entire life is me doing what I need to do. Face it, you're just the same as me.
My hand moves on its own to slap him, but he catches my wrist in a tight grip, stopping me before I make contact with his face. He's opening up! He rushes me. Or maybe I rush him, I don't even know. One moment he's glaring at me, wrist clutched in his fist. The next moment our bodies collide together in a furious little explosion of tension, blood and stitches torn in equal measure between angry kisses. There's a sort of catharsis in knowing I've ruined some of his clothes. Perhaps he feels the same. And he shows me the same lack of regard, but none of that matters now. Somehow, in all the chaos, we back up on the ground, or more accurately on the primitive sort of bed we've been playing our game on. It doesn't make our embrace any gentler, but the cushion of the moss and flowers reminds me for half a moment of what's at stake here. Or maybe it'd be more accurate to say what was at stake here. I can't fathom how we'll bond our spirits now. Perhaps it was all for nothing. And if it was, then I at least deserve to leave here feeling satisfied. I want to do both so bad, so we'll come back here afterwards, but let's do the second one first. For once, Niko regards me without any of the other bullshit he's been carrying around. In this moment, he's just a man. He's like a different person entirely. When he looks at me, all I see is a man focused on getting what he wants. His callous hands grip my wrist tight enough to leave bruises. But it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters but this. Our coming together as quickly as possible. Every stroke feels like a statement. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Like he's challenging me. His extreme confidence makes sense the longer we go on. He's strong and capable, certainly. And as thick indeed, I'm sure it is. But it's much more than that. For all the anger and bullshit, Niko still manages to bring me to a point few others have. When my peak nears, I feel like I could scream. I knew Niko was gonna be nasty. The look on Niko's face tells me that this might have been a mistake, but to my surprise he calls my name too without a hint of embarrassment, collapses onto the moss next to me. It's a surprisingly long time before either of us breaks the silence. Perhaps even for a man like Niko, there's not much to be said in this situation. When he does speak, it's so quiet I almost can't hear it. I turn to look at him, but what I see makes my blood run cold. Niko looks frightened, like he's staring at something I can't see. What the hell is going on? He's making a strange sound. Almost as if he's choking. I scramble to my knees, but before I can even try to inspect his airway, his eyes roll back until they're nothing but white. Hang on a second. Don't kill my boyfriend. I just him. An eerie red light floods from his open eyes and mouth. Is this part of the sword unlocking? Did the ritual work?
You have done well, little insect. His life will be the catalyst for my return.
What the hell? No!
He will meet oblivion. And you, your just reward.
No!
Look at how he struggles against his fate. Pathetic, is it not?
Niko is deathly pale. It's a horrible thing to see regardless of how we might feel about each other. I can't let this happen. I sacrificed so much to get the sword. But now that we're here and I'm watching this man die in front of me, all in the pursuit of the sword, I may regret it, but I can't let this happen. My eyes flit frantically across his body and the sword, searching for some way I can stop this. I force myself to ignore Niko. His body convulses in a way that makes my stomach lurch, and I can't afford the distraction now. I scan the room for the sword. In all chaos, I somehow managed to forget where we'd left it. It's not until I turn around that I finally spot it leaning against the far wall. The sword glows with a foul red light, magical energy coalescing around it into an organic shape that looks like some kind of primitive creature, a homunculus. My heart races as I realize I only have time to try one thing. And that creature is my clearest shot at stopping this. If it needs Niko's life force, it must be weak. I search the ground for my belongings, desperate for a weapon. until I find my dagger lying discarded next to our clothes. I snatch it up and make my move, rushing the sword.
Back, insect!
The voice seems to come from everywhere at once, but the homunculus fruitlessly raises its tiny bloody arms. There's no real threat here whatsoever. I know in the moment that I've already won. I raise my dagger and bring it down upon the nasty creature. It puts up no resistance, but the screech it makes as my weapon pierces its flesh draws blood from my ears, nose, and eyes. I don't hear Niko choking anymore, but I can't see anything but red. I fall forward onto my hands and knees, the dagger slipping from my grasp.
Traitor!
Hey man, you tried to kill my husband.
We'll have revenge.
Yeah, revenge for my f***ing ass crack. The voice disappears, but I take leave of my senses right along with it. I collapse, but as everything grows dark, the last thing I remember is something hard and warm stopping me from hitting the ground. Is it his monster c***? When I wake, I'm on my back, but I'm not looking up at the stone ceiling of the temple. All I see is a canopy of trees.
Rise and shine.
Niko's voice jars me out of my haze of exhaustion. I look around until I see him, lying some distance away. He didn't leave us! Oh my god, he's so pretty! Guys, look at him! Oh wow. He's still nude. Entirely unembarrassed. I bet the sun is hitting the peak of his cheeks so nicely right now. Like that shit must be glowing.
I know. Real swell of me to still be here.
It is, and real swell of your ass to look like so. You're alive.
It's gonna take a lot more than a ritual gone wrong to kill me, baby.
He smiles, but he's definitely less flippant than usual. He scoots closer, leaning in to examine me. The CG is so pretty. So pretty.
Didn't kill you either.
Yeah.
You know, I was expecting some bait and switch is pretty standard with ancient relics of vague and unimaginable power, but I didn't think I'd be the one dying for it.
You went for it anyway. You could have said so.
What for? I didn't know someone was gonna die, and I'd still need someone to activate the sword, so not much point in saying shit ahead of time. I can't lie to you. If I were in your position, I would have just let you die.
What the f***? You fucking c***.
Don't go getting any weird ideas about me owing you my life or whatever. If you're dumb enough to let me live, that's your own problem.
So, no thank you. Niko laughs, but there's a devious glint in his brown eyes.
I mean, that's definitely not off the table, but I've had enough of this place.
Niko and I recline in silence for a little bit. The natural lull in our conversation, leaving time for my mind to roil with all sorts of questions. The primary one being... well, now what?
No point hanging around here. Might as well put on what's left of our clothes and get out of here.
He stands, lifting his arms in a brief stretch before offering me his hand. I take it, rising to my feet. I'm a bit sore, and there's dried, crusted blood along my ears and cheeks. But I seem no worse for wear otherwise.
Where are you headed after this?
Why, are you curious? Do you have a crush on me? I don't know, really. Nowhere to go back to at the moment. I was hoping this would change everything, and now I'm right back to where I was. What about you? Niko shrugs.
Well, back to the adventurer's grind, I guess. Probably gonna stop off at Wilhelm's Rest and get a bed and bath. Getting here sucked. Someone else along would probably suck less.
Oh, is that an invite? Are you flirting with me?
If you're going that way too, we might as well travel together.
Convenient, huh? I might as well. Don't really know what's next. Before we go though, I just need to ask you one thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, tell me one true thing about yourself. After all that, can you please just tell me one true thing about yourself? Just one. Niko studies me for a long moment, but just when I think he's about to tell me off, he finally speaks.
I had a little brother. He's a sweet kid. Only thing that tied me to my village. But he's gone now, so I left.
You must have been a great brother. Niko gives me a look that's half pity, half amusement.
What about me today exactly told you I'd be a great brother? I mean, I was. My brother was all I had. But you don't know shit about that. I don't want to hear that kind of shit from you again, got it?
Hey, sure. If that's what you want. Niko exhales, perhaps teetering perilously close to feeling a real emotion. But it doesn't take long for the smirk to come back to his face. So that's why he does whittling, because he used to whittle stuff for his brother.
Ready to get the f out of here?
Yeah, nothing left here for us now. As we make our way from where the temple once stood, I can't help but wonder what happened to Dima and Jun. I guess it's none of my business anymore now. I still don't know who Niko truly is, but the smooth, slippery character I met in the temple doesn't seem to be here any longer. He's a lot more direct with me now, and his stories, true or not, are entertaining as we begin the long trek back. The journey to Wilhelm's Rest is arduous, but Niko is a surprisingly reliable travel companion. The nights we spend by the fire are far less angry than our initial night together. I don't really know what the future holds for us. And with the sword gone, I don't know what my life looks like after this. But for now, traveling with Niko feels nice. I find myself feeling hopeful about my life despite it all. Look at him, look how pretty he is. Oh, he's so cute. Look at that waist. It's so grabbable. Oh, he's so cute. I wonder if we yanked his hair during it. I kind of assumed that we did. That was cute. I need to go in and smooch Jun. God, yeah, me too. Guys, look how cute this is. Look how adorable. It's his whittling. Love him. Also, Niko feed out for free? Love that side of Niko, yes. Oh my god, look! It's us putting flowers in his hair while he naps. Oh, I love him. It's so cute. Is this the demo? No, it's a full game. It's not, the full game's not out yet, but it'll be out soon. Look at his face. Look at his. He's so cute. Oh, I love him. Also, I'd break in 30 seconds. Music is such a... It's really nice. Oh my god. He's such an idiot. Hang on. Let me move myself down here so you guys can see. Look at him. Jonah on double duty again. Hey, ad break is starting soon, but it is just credits, so... This is so cute. I love this. I'm loving all these illustrations of us like spending our life together. Look how cute he is. Surfing on a toboggan? Oh my god. Alright, I chatted to my friend who was the one who made this game. And she basically said you can bang Niko at the start without consequences. So yeah, I am going to do that. Yeah, let's do it. Absolutely, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Niko's gaze lights up with a spark of mischief and a brazen flash of heat.
Come here.
Wow, that come here was really distracting. Niko's lips met mine in a blaze of desire. I honestly hadn't imagined he'd be this into me this quickly. A small tendril of hope blossoms within me. Something else of his is blossoming too, no doubt. Maybe this won't be as bad as I think.
You think the sword cares how we get down?
I don't think so. I don't think so as long as you sheath your sword, if you know what I mean. What, like positions?
Yeah, like if you used your mouth, the sword would go, got you on a technicality.
Such an idiot.
Your bodies didn't join properly.
Wow, he sounds so breathy as well. Maybe. I don't imagine it counts as joining for ritual purposes if we're not, you know, joined at the hips.
Oh, too bad. I've got a real silver tongue, you know. I could have had you seeing stars.
I'm not gonna stop you. I'm sure the sword won't mind. Yeah, well, let's not be so quick to rule it out. I'm sure the sword won't mind. I mean, joining is joining, right?
Yeah. Besides, if the power of this thing is in our bodies coming together, the quality's gotta count for something, right?
Yeah.
Equality is kinda my thing.
Talk is cheap. Let's see it. Yeah, get down to it. Niko's finger presses against my lips, stopping any further chatter.
Better hold on to something. I'm about to change your life.
Oh my god. Wow, Niko's almost distressingly observant, paying close attention to every sound I make. I have no secrets here. Every little weakness of mine is sussed out and exploited to devastating effect. Gods above, this man is going to be unbearable after. He's going to be so annoying.
So, life-changing, right?
Yeah, you know what? I can't exactly say no. Good gods, yes. What happens if we say I've had better? I've had better. Look, it was nice and all, but I've had better. Niko's eyebrows raised, but then he laughs anyway.
It's cute you think you can lie about this when I could literally see your soul ascending when you came, but alright, sure.
He's so smug about it.
You've had better. I believe you.
He does not sound like he believes me. Whatever you need to tell yourself to keep that ego intact. My gaze drifts over to the sword and we both study it for a while in silence. When I move to stand, dressing myself again, he does too.
Did it work?
I can't tell.
There's no way it did. You saw all that dramatic shit before. We'll know it's working.
Well, there's one or two things it could be. Either way, we didn't join in a way that satisfies its requirements. Yeah, Niko, you have to fully sheath it.
Or we didn't bond our spirits, or whatever.
Right, and as much fun as all that was, I think we probably need to work a little harder on the joining our spirits bit.
That part is way less fun, though.
Very true. Be that as it may, it's what we need to do. So I was thinking, we should get to know each other a little more. Before I continue on, though, I want to say good gods, yes. Good gods, yes. You weren't kidding before, you really are a good orator.
Of course I am. I never lie.
Yes, you do.
There's not much you can count on in this world, but you can count on two things. One, I am a powerhouse.
Oh my god.
Two, I don't lie.
You absolutely do. Life's constants. As we fall into an oddly comfortable silence, my gaze drifts over to the sword. I study it for a while. Okay, so I've skipped forward a little bit given that we've seen most of this route, but this time I do want to see what happens when we offer him only truths. I once drank a very expensive healing potion just to keep it from being confiscated by guards. One time I spent the night in a tree in just my underwear. I escaped a giant by hiding in his giant laundry basket. Niko taps his chin with one finger.
I don't know. None of these sound all that unbelievable. First two just sound like a night out. I guess the giant.
He's fallen into my trap, if I can even call it that. The only person in danger here is myself. I'll have to tell him a story. Nope, that one was true. Niko's expression is some mix of intrigued and irritated all at once. He must be about to give it to me. Oh, in what way?
Oh yeah? Gotta be a hell of a story.
If you insist. Well, I guess if you insist. I see a lot of things in my time, but happening upon the dwelling of a giant was one of the crazier ones. I was lucky too that he was out, so I could take my time exploring his place. Unfortunately for me, the guy didn't have much interesting really. I was hoping for some great treasures, but everything he had was mundane as hell. Just when I was about to leave though, I heard him coming home. I did the only thing I could think of and dove right into the basket of clothing. I had to wait until he'd gone to sleep, and then I managed to sneak back out and out of his home. Niko doesn't outright say it, but I can't help but feel he knows I'm cheating him, so why doesn't he say anything? I feel like a child caught stealing a pie cooling at the window, but the parent is just sitting there smiling. I'm in danger.
That's it? Didn't even find any treasure? Some story.
Sorry. By all means, feel free to tell your giant story then.
I don't need a shitty giant story to have better stories than that. And beside the point anyway. There's no saving that boring-ass story, but I lost. Guess I'll be stripping then. Where to start? I could go hard since I'm going first. Really set the tone.
I mean, you're gonna be hard in more ways than one, so. Niko gives me a look that suggests he knows exactly how potent this is gonna be.
But if I do too much too soon, you'll be hypnotized by my majestic hog. So it can only be one thing.
His majestic what? Niko unties the sash at his waist, letting it slide to the floor before shrugging out of his robe and the shirt he wears beneath. He tosses his clothes to the side, sitting in only his pants and braces before me.
Take a good look.
Yeah, I am. Wow, that's really distracting.
Soon, all this will be yours.
Anyway, moving on. What size bra do you wear? It's already mine. I chose you, and you accepted. We're just getting through a little mandatory getting to know each other first. Niko laughs, and it's hard to miss the way his abs contract with every breath. A man like him shouldn't be allowed to look like that.
Yeah, alright. Let's get this fucking mandatory shit over with then. You've had enough time to admire my abs. Alright, my turn.
Niko drums his fingers on his thighs as he thinks. The sound it produces is surprisingly loud.
I like whittling. I make a lot of birds. I can imitate 20 different bird calls. I once escaped a roc's nest with the help of an eagle I befriended.
Rock's nest. Okay, so we've seen this before, so we're gonna keep moving ahead. Cause yeah, we've seen the rock story first. This time we're gonna offer him truths only again. A bard once wrote an hour song about me and my adventures. I rescued a griffin from a hunter's trap, and I once found a great treasure behind a waterfall. Niko considers this, tapping his fingers along his thigh.
All this shit is so normal. Anyone can a bard and get an hour-long ballad written about their genitals. Who hasn't found a treasure chest behind a waterfall? It's a cliche for a reason. I guess that just leaves the griffin. So, that's your lie.
I've caught him, though his quick dismissal of it all doesn't make it feel all that impressive. Got you. You get a strip.
Oh, did you now? Guess so.
He looks so evil. He absolutely knows I'm messing with him. There's a malevolent gleam in his eyes. I have to wonder if he's onto me somehow. But how could he prove it, really? I can't let myself worry about that right now. I've got to do what I've got to do, and until he confronts me about this, I'm not bringing it up.
Shit's gonna get real interesting here soon. Gotta say, I never imagined we'd be this uneven, but whatever. Here we are. I'd hate to make you feel awkward with my entire dick out while you sit there fully clothed.
Oh no, don't worry, it's fine. I'm perfectly happy.
So I'm just gonna take off some things here and there.
He begins to pull off his accessories, his braces, his shoes, his necklaces. You don't need to take off that much. When he's finished, he's left in only his pants.
Try not to look too disappointed.
I thought you were bolder than that. You're really gonna make me wait for the big reveal. Yeah, big reveal, big in more ways than one. Niko shrugs, entirely unbothered.
Well, yeah. That's the point of a big reveal, ain't it? That's finale shit. Anyway, my part's done, and that's that. Alright, last go, each of us. If we aren't bonded in spirit after all this secret swapping and shit, we ain't meant to be. I once saved a kitten from a burning tree. I have a star-shaped scar on my ass. I can speak 4 languages.
Okay, alright. I skipped his again because we already seen it, and this time for the third and final one, we're only gonna offer him truths again. I fell off the highest peak of Mount Najman and survived without magic. I survived eating a blue moon shroom with only a 3-day bellyache. I escaped from a giant oyster's mouth by using its own pearl to hold its shell open.
A lot of survival going on here. Mount Najman is high as Not many non-magical ways to survive a fall like that. Blue moon shrooms are crazy toxic, but maybe they ain't to fallen. Leaves the giant oyster thing. But fresh pearls ain't all that brittle, so I could see it. So I'm gonna go with the mountain.
I grinned, triumphant. He's just walked right into it. Oh no, that was true. I happened to fall in the back of a giant eagle. He wasn't happy to have a passenger, but I managed to drop off of him into a lake much closer to the ground. No magic, just sheer dumb luck and grit. He gives me a look that feels like he can directly see into my soul, but I don't flinch. What else can I do? I want to win.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me indeed.
Didn't think we'd get to the end of this and you'd have most of your clothes on. It's downright suspicious, really.
Is it? Don't be a sore loser, Niko. Niko grins, but I can feel his annoyance.
Not sore. Not a loser. You fucking beat me. So here's your prize.
Let me see the monster. Niko rises from where he sits. His body is a work of art. There's muscle, significant strength, and mass there, but it's not overwhelming. I want to see it.
How'd you like that? Ain't you glad you got me back here instead of those other two? I could be shouting about how great it is to be king, or giving you that creepy smile and telling you I don't share information.
Look at that body. I truly won.
Let's be real. You won the minute you chose me out there. But glad you're enjoying the show. Well, we're 3 rounds in. Our souls are about as connected as they're gonna get, I guess.
Niko doesn't sit back down. I feel compelled to stand so we're on the same level. Something in his demeanor feels off. Niko's gaze is cold. Colder than I've seen all night.
Weren't you the one who wanted us to talk and get to know each other? Is there a reason you've been serving me up bullshit stories all night?
No, maybe. I wanted to see another side of you. Bullshit stories, what do you mean?
Don't try to act cute now. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
When I wake up sometime later, I'm stunned to find myself back outside, lying in the grass and staring up at the canopy of trees. It's almost as if the entire temple has vanished out from under me. But I don't really care about the logistics of how I got here. All I know is that I'm alone and exhausted. I pinned all my hopes on getting the sword and now I failed. That is my playthrough of Niko's route in Enshrined. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Honestly, Jonah Scott's voice acting is so good. And I love all the games that my friend makes as well. She is absolutely incredible. Yeah, so my friend Suha is the founder of Truant Pixel, which is a studio that made this game. She is incredible. She's done a lot of wonderful visual novel work. She's also written a couple of routes in Date Everything. If you guys are a fan of Harper and Dirk, she wrote them, but I absolutely adore her work and her games. She's also a very, very good voice acting director as well. But moving on to the story, I really like this. I thought it was like so nicely packaged. I think the premise of it is like serious and campy enough to just get like a really compelling scenario going. As per usual though, the art absolutely incredible. I found Niko very, very hot. Dima and Jun as well are like super duper hot as well, so I'm excited to do their routes too. But Niko, my god, and also his voice acting. I'm always such a big fan of Jonah Scott's work. I think he's absolutely incredibly talented with everything that he voices and does. So yeah, I was really happy to see that this was fully voiced. I will say though, while the overall like story for each person's route is a little bit on the shorter side, the goal here is to replay it a lot because you get different dialogue options every time you choose different options. So for example, giving all truths gives us different options, giving all lies gives us different options, and so on and so forth with giving like mixed and playing the game seriously. But on the other side as well, if you answer his questions incorrectly or answer his questions correctly or just like mess around with him, that like does a different amount of combinations as well. So it really does encourage a lot of replaying just so you can experience all of Niko's dialogue and lines, which I personally have not managed to do in this playthrough because there is still, I think, quite a bit to explore in 100%. So if you guys do get this game, definitely do a couple of playthroughs, mess around with the options and see if you can mix and match just to see what he says. But having said that, Niko was super pretty. I thought the ending song as well was really nice. Besides it being a shorter story, I think it gives a lot of context to how Niko is as a person. You get a lot of aspects of him that bleed through with what he says. Like he's very cagey, probably has quite a lot of trauma from his younger days, which is why he's so enclosed within himself and why he's so adverse to affection, particularly in his good ending where you show concern for him and he's like, yeah, I don't want any of that shit. It is nice though that in the credits where you guys are traveling together and end up, you know, traversing the land together, he does seem to become a little bit nicer to you over time. So I think like him opening up potentially is something that takes quite a bit of time, especially since he seems to be someone who's used to being alone for quite a while. And Dima strike me as very interesting too. So I'm excited to actually get to know them and unravel them and see what they're all about, because Jun in particular seems like he's indebted to his master and seems very serious and takes his work with utmost care as well. It's also quite interesting to try and figure out, because he is a fallen, so, you know, obviously like a celestial being, why he is contracted to another person and is serving them. Dima, I think, is going to be really interesting too, because while he's all like brash and quite boorish when you first meet him, you know, the duties of a king and saving your people is a very heavy burden to bear, just like his massive chest. So I'm actually really keen to see him, I guess, open up a little bit more and be a little bit more vulnerable as to why this means so much to him. So yeah, excited for their routes as well. Anyway, thank you so much for enjoying the story with me. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. But yeah, if you guys wanted to check out Enshrined yourself, the link is in the description box below. It is absolutely a treat and I hope you guys really like it. Also, if you do want to see the full uncut scenes, they are available on my Patreon, which is also linked below as well. I did have to edit it a little bit because, you know, some of it was a little bit too spicy for this platform. Thank you so much again, and until the next fictional man, take care.